Hello, welcome to a new video class. In this video class, I like to explain the topic organic substances. Organic substances are the non-living or dead material which are produced by the live plant cell. Usually that organic substances can be found within the cytoplasm, or it can be found within the vacuole. We know that vacuoles. No, within the vacuole. That vacuole occupy more than 70% of the 70% of the red plant cell. Or we can found within the vacuole or within the cytoplasm, or we can found on the cell wall or the membrane of cell, etc. So in simple terms, we can say that it is a non-living or dead material produced by the live cell and get deposited within the cytoplasm or vacuole or cell wall or the membrane of cell. And these organic substances are categorized into three major groups, or we can classify it into three major categories. One is called reserved material, and second one is called secretory material, and third one is called excretory material. Let us try to study one by one each. First of all, let us move into the first category, that is called reserved material. From the word itself, we can able to understand that reserved material are the ergastic substances which are stored by the live plant cell in order to produce protein in future. So in order to produce energy in future, not protein, in order to produce energy. Because we know that all live cells need to perform different kinds of activities. For that activities, cell need energy. For that purpose, it stores different kinds of food material within the cytoplasm or within cell organelle in different form. That is called reserved food material. Let us try to study the different categories of reserved food material. One is called carbohydrate. These carbohydrates are again classified into three. First of all, we need to know what is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is a compound made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So that carbohydrates are classified into monosaccharide, disaccharide, that is oligosaccharide, monosaccharide, oligosaccharide and polysaccharide. Monosaccharide means it is a carbohydrate made up of simple sugar, which indicate that sugar cannot able to cleave into smaller units, or we cannot able to cleave into further smaller units. That is the basic unit. And second one is called oligosaccharide. It is a carbohydrate made up of 2 to 10 monosaccharide. First of all, let us say the example for monosaccharide, that is glucose. Is an example: glucose, fructose. These are all the example of monosaccharide. And oligosaccharide means a carbohydrate made up of 2 to 10 monosaccharide. For example, lactose is an example for oligosaccharide because it is made up of glucose and galactose. So it is made up of two simple sugars. Like that, polysaccharide means a carbohydrate made up of more than 10 monosaccharide. So these are all example for reserved material. That is, when we take the case of polysaccharide, we can say that starch, cellulose, these are all examples for polysaccharide. Plants usually store food material in the form of a starch within the stroma of chloroplast. So that belongs to the category of reserved food material. All those reserved food materials are dead. That is why we included under organic substances, and they produces energy also. Second category is called proteins. We know that proteins are made up of amino acids by connecting peptide bond. That is why we can say that protein is a polypeptide chain of amino acids. So that protein also the source of energy. And third one is called oil and fat. We know that oil and fat are triglycerides. that is glycerol connected with the fatty acid by using ester bond, that is called oils and fat. Usually these oils are usually exist in the form of a liquid at room temperature, at normal atmospheric temperature, whereas fat exists in the form of a solid at ordinary or atmospheric temperature. That is the features. So when we take these three examples, oil and fat gives more energy than the other two. Like that, protein gives more energy than carbohydrate. So among these, carbohydrate is the least energy producing material. Even though they are the least energy producing material, plant store food material in all these three forms. When we move into the second category, that is called secretory material. These are the dead material produced as a secretion product. These are the secretion product of live plant cell, but they are also dead cell. That's why they are also dead material. That's why it comes under the category of organic substance. And this secretory material can be classified into three. One is called pigments or coloring agent, coloring compound, pigments. Let us take an example. Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll pigment. It gives green color to plant part. Like that, carotene is an orange color pigment that gives orange color to flower petal and some fruit, ripened fruit. And like that, xanthophyll, it gives yellow color to flowers and fruit. This is why this carotene and xanthophyll help for attracting the pollinating agent by giving yellow and orange color to flowers. Like that, this carotene and xanthophyll gives yellow and orange color to ripened fruits, thereby it can able to attract the seed dispersal agent like birds. And one more pigment called anthocyanin. Anthocyanin gives red color. It gives red color at acidic pH. Like that, it gives purple or violet color at alkaline pH. So that one also help for pollination by giving red, violet color to flower to attract the pollinating agents. So these are all the pigments belong to the secretory material because they are secreted by the live cells. And second category is called nectars. Nectars is a solution containing major amount of carbohydrate like glucose, fructose and sucrose. These nectars are produced by the secretory tissues, that is nectar gland. They are produced by the nectar gland, or we can say that it is produced by the nectar gland. Mostly that nectar glands are situated within the flowers, particularly at the base of ovary. So that nectar gland secretes this nectar. That nectar attract the pollinating agents, or that nectar is the reward for the pollinating agents. Among these, the third category is called enzymes. Plant produces different kinds of enzyme. For example, phosphoenolpyruvate carboxylase, invertase, zymase, different kinds of enzyme are produced by alpha amylase. Like that, different kinds of enzymes are produced by the plant cell. That also belongs to the category of secretory material. That's all. When we move into the third category, that is called excretory material. Excretory material, when we compare the first two cases, that first two materials takes part, majority of the material in first two cases are take part in the metabolic reactions of plant cell. But when we take the excretory material, most of the excretory material are not involved in the chemical reaction of live plant cell, or we can say that they are not useful for the live plant cell, but they are highly economical for the humans, or it gives more money for us because this excretory material gives a lot of money for humans because it plays a crucial role in the life of humans for producing various kinds of products. That's why even though they are not essential for the plant, but it is essential for the humans. That's why we are focusing to this excretory material. And these excretory materials are usually produced by the live plant, and they are deposited at certain regions of plant cell. We know that plants lack a proper excretory system, so the plant cell cannot able to eliminate all these compound by using excretory system, but they are deposited. These compounds are deposited at certain regions of plant cell and get eliminated by the removal of older leaf, by the removal of flowers, by the removal of fruits, seeds, and by the removal of bark, something like it. So it gets eliminated from the plant by the removal of older plant part. Among this one is called alkaloid. Alkaloid is a nitrogenous or nitrogen containing excretory material. It may be of different type. For example, one alkaloid is called quinine. They are found within the bark of cinchona tree, and like that second one is called morphine. We can found fruit of opium, that is poppy plant, and atropine, leaf of atropa. These are all the highly economical chemical compound, even though they are dead. And second one is called crystals, and that crystal exists in different size and shape. Based on that size and shape, we can classify that crystal into two categories. This crystal may be of different type. One is called calcium oxide crystal. Chemically they are different. One is called calcium carbonate and one is called calcium oxalate crystal. And among these, calcium oxide crystal exists in different size and shape. Based on the size and shape of calcium oxide crystal, it is of different type. One is called raphides, and second one is called sphaerophytes, and third one is called prism type. Fourth one is called styroid. These are all the different types of calcium oxalate crystal, but their size and shape are different, and they are also found in different plants and different regions. And like that, second one is called calcium carbonate crystal. Chemically, it is calcium oxalate. This is calcium carbonate. It is also called cystolith. That cystolith can be found within the leaf of certain plant family like Acantheraceae and Cucurbitaceae family. And when we move to the third case, plant also produces another kind of excretory material that is called essential oil or volatile oil. Among these, one is called peppermint oil that we get from the leaf of. It is obtained from the leaf of Menda piperata. Menda piperata, that is mint plant, commonly called mint plant. And second one is called clove oil, obtained from the flower bud, that is clove. It is obtained from the flower bud clove of a plant called Eugenia caryophylla. And third one is called eucalyptus oil. It is produced from a tree. That tree is called Eucalyptus globulus. Eucalyptus globulus. So these are the three main type of essential oil or volatile oil produced by the live plant. And we have different kinds of secretory material. Here I only discussed three. And we can also have different kinds. For example, fourth one is called glycoside. Fourth one is called glycoside. And fifth one is called tannins. Sixth one is called latex. Seventh one is called resins. Like that we have different types of excretory material. One is among this glycoside. We can say that glycoside is a chemical compound containing glucose molecule. That glucose molecule linked with any other compound. That is, for example, cyanoglycoside. Let us take an example. Cyanoglycoside. It's a glycoside containing glucose molecule which are linked with cyanide by using single covalent bond. The cyanoglycoside can be seen within the seeds of grape, within the seeds of watermelon, and within the seeds of apple, and can also found within the underground storage part of tapioca. So these are all an example for glycoside. Like that we can see tannins, latex. Latex we can see a milky secretion produced by certain plants of the family Euphorbiaceae. We can see Euphorbiaceae, and we can say like that Asclepiaceae. Like that we have different families, and in certain families we can see latex. That latex is also an example for excretory material. Like that we have different category of excretory materials. So this is about organic substances, and we need to study one more thing in detail, that is the nectar tissue. That is, nectar tissue is an example for a secretory tissues. Here we only studied secretory substances, not secretory tissues. So that secretory tissue, the topic secretory tissue is somewhat broad, somewhat deep. We need to study in details. That's why I'm not explain very elaborately. We'll discuss that topic separately in another class. Okay.